Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. On April 10th, the very controversial figure O.J. Simpson passed away at the age of 76, according to a post on X, the social media company formerly known as Twitter, and stated that he was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. But before proceeding, I'd like to ask everyone to please like this video, please subscribe to this channel, and please press the bell to receive notifications. Thanks! The former 1970s professional football player turned actor and rental car spokesperson was accused of committing two very bad crimes against his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman. And while most people believe that O.J. Simpson is guilty of what he was accused of doing, some believe that he was innocent. So while the truth may never be completely known, the controversies surrounding it are very likely what he'll be remembered for above and beyond his professional football and acting careers. From Variety, O.J. Simpson, the former champion football running back turned actor, who was acquitted in a sensational trial of charges that he did something really bad to his ex-wife and her friend, has died of cancer, his family confirmed. He was 76 and died Wednesday at his home in Las Vegas. Though Simpson was found not guilty of the deaths of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, 3 years after his criminal trial, he was found liable in a civil suit brought by the victims' families. Born Orenthal James Simpson in San Francisco on July 19, 1947, he won the Heisman Trophy while at USC, then set records while playing professional football beginning in 1969 for the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. He started acting while still at USC and appeared on Medical Center before going pro as a football player. He also appeared in films such as The Klansman, The Cassandra Crossing, and The Towering Inferno, as well as the miniseries Roots while still in the NFL. After retiring from football in 1979, he starred in the 3 Naked Gun movies and the comedy Back to the Beach. He had completed a 2-hour-long pilot for the adventure series Frogmen when his arrest brought the project for NBC to an abrupt halt. The first Naked Gun movie remains one of my personal favorite comedies of all time to this day. On June 12, 1994, his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman were found dead outside her Brentwood condo. Simpson, who had pleaded no contest to something else bad that he was accused of doing against Nicole Brown Simpson when they were married, was considered a person of interest in what happened in 1994, and charges were filed against him. But instead of turning himself in, a media spectacle erupted when he attempted to flee in his white Ford Bronco and the LAPD followed in a low-speed chase. The televised chase on June 17th drew an audience of some 95 million people. And I well remember that 2-hour car chase, so much so that when I first watched Ruin Johnson's awful movie Star Wars VIII: The Last Jedi, the slow chase that occupied too much of that movie's content only reminded me of the infamous hours-long slow chase of O.J. Simpson in his white Ford Bronco. The LA Times described the infamous car chase as having changed Los Angeles forever, and their article that was published today, April 11th, provides a timeline of what occurred on June 17, 1994, including the times when the slow chase began and ended, just before 6 p.m. to just before 8 p.m. So the chase occurred during prime time, which is one of the reasons why 95 million people were watching it. And ever since, it has become rather common for TV stations in LA to broadcast live police chases happening on its numerous freeways. But going back to the article, the ensuing trial became a media circus and Simpson was found not guilty for what had happened. But in 1997, Goldman's family brought a civil lawsuit against Simpson where he was found liable for what happened to Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson, and was ordered to pay $33.5 million in damages. And this is where we find a weird set of indirect connections, as I had alluded to in this video's title. The attorney who represented Ron Goldman's father in that 1997 civil suit against O.J. Simpson was Daniel M. Petrocelli. who was also featured in an April 12, 2023 article in The Hollywood Reporter, along with 4 other attorneys that the publication had declared to be 2023's power lawyers. And on the same day that Simpson died, April 10th, Disney had filed a motion to have former Star Wars The Mandalorian actress Gina Carano's wrongful termination lawsuit against Disney dismissed. And Disney's lead attorney is listed as Petrocelli. He was also the lead attorney who filed Disney's failed First Amendment right to free speech lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis that was recently dismissed by a federal judge, as I had talked about in a video that I had released on February 1st of this year. And interestingly, in Disney's legal response to Gina Carano's wrongful termination lawsuit against the company, they're using Petrocelli's same First Amendment right to free speech claims as justifications for firing her. It's interesting how all of these seemingly unrelated events are now linked, but since I'm not an attorney, I'm not going to try to predict how Gina Carano's lawsuit is going to proceed. But I do find Disney's approach to her lawsuit as being very odd. So I may do a separate video on that. But going back to O.J. Simpson's passing, he did later serve almost 9 years in prison for robbery, kidnapping, and other counts in a Las Vegas sports memorabilia scheme and was released in 2017. And that later crime was completely unrelated to what he'd been accused of doing in 1994. So regardless of what side you may be on with regards to O.J. Simpson's guilt or innocence in what he was accused of doing in 1994, he's gone, but the very peculiar part of pop culture surrounding what happened remains. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.